know your choice of view is if you take this kind of vibe. The only thing I ask of you is like, comment, subscribe.
Hello and welcome to Thingies. Today we're going to be modelling the M8 internal thread in FreeCAD. Be ready with your spacebar here to pause because we're going to do this in around about 15 minutes. So let's get straight into it. The M8 internal thread, the female M8 thread, the nut side of the thread, if you like, what's in the nut. Let's create that. Create a new project, and we go to, we're already in the part workshop up here, been working earlier. So go to your part workshop, which is the one with all the shapes in it and everything. There we are. Choose the cylinder and click on the cylinder under the inventory and change its radius to 3.5. We'll change the height to 50. So now we have a cylinder of 3.5 by 50, 3.5 millimeters radius by 50. Now we go to once you've done that, go to the part design workbench and we choose the cylinder, make sure it's active and give it a body. Likes to have a body, we've got a body now. Then go straight from here to create a sketch, and we want to be on the YZ plane. Okay, that. Just go back onto model and click on the body and press your spacebar and it'll disappear. Maneuver your plane around with the right click and zoom in with your rolly thing on top. I'm sure there's a proper name for that. And then we want to choose the create polyline, and we want to be around about 3 millimeters away from the data line. Doesn't matter whether it's accurate or not. We're yeah, 3.4, let's say 3.4. We've not constrained it yet anyway, so it's bound to move. Pull your polyline from the data line up to about 1.2, because that's the pitch of a standard M8 thread. We're going to create a chopped off triangle. I'm sure there's a name for that. Right click, double right click gets rid of that tool. And now we're going to click on both the angles and equal them under the equal constraint. And then we're going to click on both the angles again. And this is in a different place every time. I'm sure yours is. Constrain the angle to 61 degrees. There's a reason for this. We do need to give it a bit of a clearance, if you like. Oh, that's just moved everything. So anyway, now the furthest vertical line point to the data point on a horizontal constraint wants to be 4.4 millimeters. Okay, that. Move him out of the way so we can see what we're doing. The nearest horizontal line wants to be a horizontal distance, a horizontal constraint distance of 3.4. And we move him out of the way. The vertical line will be the last one you need to constrain, as we know, is a 1.25 of the pitch, and that's why it's gone green, because it's fully constrained. That's it, nothing can move now. It's constrained to that position. Now we go back onto, well, close the task down now in Sketch. We've done that. Go back onto the body and press your space bar, and that brings it back. It's round the side there. Now we want to go to part workbench now, and up the top here on these extra options, click on part, go down to create primitives, and another drop down which will give you all the primitives you need, and we want the helix. Change the pitch. We know what the pitch is, 1.25. The height doesn't want to be 50, just because we made the cylinder 50, because that's the long way around, that's the hard way. This is the easy way, and it's a lot quicker. So we're just going to copy the pitch at 1.25. The radius wants to be 3.7. That's above the radius of the cylinder. 3.7. And if you've got the new version of FreeCAD, you can change the z-axis to 0.62, which brings the helix to the middle of that. Why is it upside down? To the middle of the profile that we've just made, which is about there, because it's 1.25. We want to be in the middle of it at 0.62, which is half. At the bottom here, change that to 90 because we're on the other plane. I did that because I want to get it off that seam. So now create. Hello. Create that. There we go. And close it down. Try and get it into view. There we go. That's now in the middle of the profile that we've created in Sketch. Ta-da! Right, now we need to get the helix, go to part design in the modeling, go to the helix and give it a shape binder, a blue shape binder. And it's already got it there in the objects. Make sure it's in the object and click OK. That's job done there. Now we need to get the sketch and run it round with the shape binder. We've bound the helix. So now with the shape binder we need to, anyway, sketch, additive pipe, click on object, then click on the helix. Marvellous. The reason why it's all wiggly like that is because it's not got the Frenet orientation mode. The orientation mode in this task should be turned to Frenet. There we go. And now it's all nice and straight. Okay, that. We have our first thread. So the additive pipe from here, we can linear pattern it, and this is quite precise. So change the horizontal sketch axis to base Z axis. Change the length, important here, 47.5. That's because we've already taken up 1.25 of the first thread and we don't want it going over the top with the last. So that's 2 threads down, which is 50 millimeters minus the 2 threads which are 1.25 is 47.5. Got it? Good. Now, the occurrence wants to be 39 because of the same reason. 1.25 50 divided by 1.25 is 40, but we don't want the first one because we've already created it. We are replicating it 39 times. It's taking its time because each one of those helix has a lot of geometry in it, and we've just multiplied a lot by 39. So that's a lot times 39 is 39 lots. And my computer's 15 years old and does take its time. There we are, we've created that now. OK that, pat yourself on the back, press Ctrl and S and save it under M8 tapping thread. This means that you can use this to make yourself an internal thread, even though it looks like an external thread. Trust me on this one, we'll just press spacebar on the helix and hide the helix. So if you've got this in your on your files, pull it out of your files, open it from files and copy the body, copy everything, and let's say you're already making a part and the cube can be, let's change it, this is going to be your part, your fictitious part, 50 by 50 by 30. Okay, a flange, let's say we're making a flange. So we're going to transform our new sketch, our new thread, the female side of the thread, the nut side if you like, and we want to thread right through the middle of our part. You can spend a bit more time accurately measuring and putting it exactly where you want it to be. Click on the cube, click on the body of the thread, of the M8 thread, and then go to cut. Ignore that. And now we have a thread going right through, a female thread with its female thread dimensions that your standard M8 bolt will screw straight into from print. And as I say, we can do that as many times as we like. Click on the bottom one and paste. We've copied it earlier. Choose the body of the copied. Put it where you want. Somewhere like that. Spend a bit more time accurately. Oh, I hate it when it does this. Spend a bit more time measuring it accurately. That looks good enough to me anyway. And this time I'm going to do halfway through. Why has it done that? Bit of a glitch there. That is odd. Okay, that. Very odd. Anyway, click on the cube and the body of the pasted part that we've just put in, the body of the pasted thread that we just put in, and yes, ignore that. It will export as it is, and now we have a thread running through half the part, and you can do that as many times as you like. Right click, paste, or Control and V if you like. Grab hold of your body, transform it to where you want it. I want it there. Okay, lovely. Click on the cut, as it's called in the inventory. It's not called a cube anymore, it's the whole thing. Click on the cut and the body, then the body, and then click cut. If you do it the other way around, you're left with the thread and no cube part. Now we have another one, and we can carry on doing that as many times as we like, as I say. So there you go. In around about 15 minutes, we've done that, and we can, oh, excuse my belly, paste that into there. And because we can save this part here, we can save, that's the piece, that's the part with all or the configuration that's saved on file as M8 tapping thread. And you can pull that out and put a thread into any part you like just by copying the body and paste it into your new part, and it'll rewrite it all, and there it'll be on the 0 data line. Boom. Thank you very much, and click like if for a thank you for this. That would be very nice of you. Have a comment, I'd love to hear from you. If it doesn't work, obviously, on your operating system or something's going wrong, let me know, because then I can take this down if it doesn't work for everybody, because I wouldn't want to mess people about like that. But I'd love to hear from you anyway. I won't see you next time. You'll be seeing me. Thanks a lot. Toodle pip.
Sometimes you'll get it wrong, sometimes you'll get it right. You'll never get it done though if you give up the fight. You know your choice of view is if you take this kind of vibe. The only thing I ask of you is like, comment, subscribe. Sometimes you won't have time, sometimes you can't be asked. It's just procrastination and you think it'll be alright. Shake it down. You know your choice of view is if you dig this kind of vibe. The only thing I ask of you is like, comment, subscribe.